struggle with jealousy in your relationship and wish that you could make it stop? To a certain extent, everyone's answer to this question is probably yes. And today I want to present you with some solutions. Welcome to the Ask Dr. Georgiana's Relationship series. In my last segment, part 1 of my series, Managing Jealousy in a Relationship, I explored how to understand yourself using 3 steps: clarifying your thoughts, your feelings, and your behaviors. In part 2, I will focus on understanding your partner's thoughts and feelings, as this is an important step in developing emotional intelligence and eliminating jealousy from your relationship. To remind you, I am addressing this subject in response to an email I received from Abigail from Tampa, Florida, who stated the following. Dr. Georgiana, I have been married for 6 years to my high school sweetheart. When we were in high school, there were a lot of parties, and my husband used to disappear on certain weekends and not answer his phone. Even though he's a quiet man, women react favorably to him and often follow him around when they know I'm not looking. One time in the recent past, I discovered that he was texting women who were not in our circle of friends or acquaintances. He assured me that he was not intimate with any of them and claimed that he was just networking. Even though there was no proof otherwise, it was still too difficult for me to believe him. I have never trusted him again and feel constantly suspicious and jealous when there are women around. As a result of my distrust, I have corresponded with a couple of old boyfriends during our marriage as well, and he found out about it, which caused him not to trust me either. Our dynamic is causing me sleepless nights, and I wish I could make it stop. I know that you cover your subscribers' concerns in depth and thought you probably get a lot of emails, but it would really help if you could address this issue. I hope you're well and thank you in advance for your help. Abigail should start the process of understanding her partner by focusing on his thoughts. In order to understand what he's thinking at any particular time, she must listen attentively. Although listening seems like an obvious component of understanding another person, it is not as easy as it seems, particularly if Abigail's partner's thoughts seem unjustified to her. People do not feel comfortable expressing thoughts related to jealousy, nor do they feel comfortable when they feel they're being accused of cheating. So instead, her partner may express other types of negative thoughts and accuse her of trying to hurt him or of being selfish, which may confuse and upset her. It is essential that she listens even if what she hears seems strange or distorted. By listening, she may be surprised to discover that some of her partner's thoughts may actually be quite accurate. And if they're not, it will help her understand how her partner perceives her and the relationship and allow her to initiate a conversation about his perception. If he feels heard, he may be more likely to give her a chance to explain herself and be more open to reviewing his own thinking. Another benefit of listening is that it will help Abigail find out whether her partner has the capacity or willingness to be faithful. This is such an important step that I will dedicate a whole segment to it in part 3 of the series. Number 2, she should not interrupt. It is important for Abigail to allow her partner to talk without commenting. This will give him permission to fully express himself, encourage him to clarify what he's truly thinking, and help him notice when he's distorting in any way. On the contrary, if she interrupts him to defend herself, he may defend his line of thinking, no matter how distorted it may be. Not interrupting her partner will allow Abigail to understand what she needs to do in order to address his unmet needs. Often, when there's cheating in a relationship, it's because there's a poor understanding of what the other person is missing in that partnership. Number 3, she should clarify what is being said. When Abigail's partner has finished speaking, she should try paraphrasing what he said and repeat it back to him. Even though this may seem silly to her, this simple action will show him that she cares and will ensure that there aren't any misunderstandings between them. If she's unsure about something, she should ask a clarifying question to understand her partner in a deeper way. It's important to remember that the point here is about listening, not about assuming she knows what her partner means. The next thing Abigail should do to understand her partner is to pay attention to his feelings. This is essential in forming a healthy romantic relationship without distrust and jealousy. Understanding her partner's feelings will open the door into his intimate emotional life and help Abigail discover what makes him happy or unhappy. In order to understand her partner's feelings effectively, Abigail has to learn to read emotional cues and ask questions. To do this, she can train herself to recognize emotions in others by becoming more aware of them in herself. Focus on how her partner expresses emotions physically, listen to the tone of his voice, and observe and note her partner's general behavior and demeanor. When focusing on physical expressions of emotion, it's important to pay particular attention to facial expressions and to remember that after facial expressions, tone of voice is the second most common way in which people express emotions. During these observations, if she notices that he's distant, for example, she will have a chance to do something to make him feel closer to her. Number 2, she should double check her interpretations. It's easy to misinterpret emotional signs. Abigail should not try to make too many assumptions about her partner's feelings without verifying if her assumptions are correct. Number 3, she should ask for an explanation and validate feelings. If Abigail is uncertain how her partner feels or why he feels a certain way, it's important for her to ask him to explain. She should recognize that it might be difficult for her partner to express his emotions to her, as expressing emotions isn't always easy. This is especially true if the emotions are deeply negative, such as fear, anger, and jealousy, or if her partner feels embarrassed or ashamed as a result of expressing his emotions. Abigail should make sure that she validates her partner's feelings. This involves acknowledging to her partner that what he's feeling is as important to her as it is to him. She doesn't need to analyze or judge the validity of those feelings. She simply needs to acknowledge the fact that she understands what he's feeling and that she cares. Number 4, she should ask what is needed. The problem may be that Abigail's partner has an issue with the relationship that he has not been able to share with her, and it would be wise for her to ask him what she can do to make the relationship better. When he sees that she's willing to make an effort to meet his needs, he will be less likely to look elsewhere or doubt her commitment to him. To summarize, how can understanding her partner's thoughts and feelings help Abigail reduce jealousy in her relationship? One thing that my clients often hear from me is that information is power. And by power, I do not mean something that can be misused, but rather that knowledge about how a partner thinks and feels shows them that you understand them. This will make them feel closer to you and be less likely to give you any reason to be jealous or want to be with someone else yourself. If Abigail's partner has the capacity for honesty, control over his impulses, reasonable emotional maturity, and a desire to have a healthy relationship, she can be confident that with the type of communication I just described, he's less likely to cheat. If you have doubts about specific traits or behaviors that may make another person more prone to be dishonest, I encourage you to stay tuned for part 3 of my series on managing jealousy in a relationship, where I will explore the personality traits of a cheater. I want to thank Abigail for sharing her experiences with me and giving me an opportunity to help her. I would also like to thank you for following the series. I am honored to be part of your journey to find and enjoy the right partner, and look forward to sharing future segments with you, connecting in one of my online relationship programs, or having a personalized relationship coaching session. If you have been successful at eliminating jealousy from a relationship, please share your wisdom in the comments section below or on my Facebook page. You can see the answer to many of my subscribers' questions and be notified when I create new segments by signing up to receive my online news bulletin at drgeorgiana.com. I will see you very soon.